Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm kind of on a roll with the videos. Thank you for those of you who let me know that it is not an ice train, it is an ICE train. Thanks. Which was funny because while I was editing that video last night, it's like, even with everything that I've gone through with trains, I still enjoy riding them. It's like, if I have somewhere to go and I know time is an issue, then I probably will just drive rather than take the train. But if time isn't an issue, then... So I have some footage that I haven't yet shared with you guys. My first time at a castle, a German castle. Even though I was told that this castle isn't like, you know, one of the largest or the grandest in Germany, I was still really excited, and I fangirled so hard on the drive up to this castle. So it was in the town of Solingen, and it's pretty cool because the town has these, it's like a wire, and it's kind of like where power lines would be, and the buses can connect to this electric wire. So that was pretty cool. So I finally jumped on the Game of Thrones bandwagon like in, I think, September of last year. And honestly, I just got really sick. Like, I had strep throat and I couldn't do anything. Like, I was just stuck in bed, and so I watched like all 7 seasons. It was insane. I had a lot of time on my hands, and so I decided to watch TV, and so Game of Thrones is what I chose. So as I'm walking throughout this castle, I'm just thinking Game of Thrones, and it was just a really awesome experience, and I had a lot of fun there. I'm definitely excited to go to maybe another castle. I'll have to Google the ones that are close to me in this area, because I feel like I always see castles from the road, especially on the Autobahn. You'll see them on top of hills and stuff like that, or even from the train. I saw one from the train. Also the zoos. I feel like the zoos in Germany are cooler. I've been to a few zoos in the States. Jacksonville Zoo in Jacksonville, Florida, the Albuquerque Zoo in New Mexico, Colorado Springs Zoo in Colorado Springs, Colorado. And then of course there are the small zoos that I went to just in, you know, smaller, more rural cities. And I don't know, just the animals here, first off, they have a lot of animals from Africa, which geographically it makes sense, but they have more. They have way more. For instance, the lion exhibits that I would see, let's say back in the States, maybe you'll see 2 lions, maybe 3. Usually there's only 1 male, and then, you know, they'll have maybe 2 or 3 females or something like that. But here it's the exact opposite. It's just like they have an abundance of these animals, and even though the zoo I went to was in Wuppertaler, and I was told that it's, you know, a small zoo for Germany, but still they had some really cool animals that are, 1, super expensive, and maybe that's why we don't have them in the States, and 2, a lot that I've never seen before. So I had so much fun. It was awesome, and it's an awesome walk. I love just that whole area, how everything is really hilly, so it's like walking, you're really getting a workout. Where I'm at now, I feel like Aschaffenburg is less hilly. It's kind of flat for the most part, but there are mountains surrounding. but just really not in the city and stuff like that. So one of the coolest things was taking the hanging train. So on the way to the zoo, I was pretty much asked, do you want to take the train the entire way, or do you want to take this word? I'll have to look it up. I can't remember the word, but basically it's a hanging train. And then she says, it's really safe. Only one person has died in 100 years. Like, what? Why would you add that little detail in there? I did not need to know that. Because, oh, of course I was asking about just the mechanics of it, like, because that's how it was translated to me, hanging train. And so it's like, you know, it's literally hanging. And I remember seeing it my first day in Wuppertaler when I was attempting to return the rental car. It was like train tracks, but it looked like a bridge. I thought it was just like a bridge, a weird bridge. I didn't actually see, none of the trains were actually working that day because the storm and everything was still down. So yes, that's kind of the image I had in my head. But yeah, it's super safe. Only one person in 100 years has died. I feel like that's such a German thing to say. Like, what? But of course me, I was excited. Though I was still not to go to the football field there in Wuppertal because I would be the one person out of the hundreds who got hit with the soccer ball. Thanks for that. So we got on, and first off, it rocks. Like, it moves with you. I did not think it would be moving like that, but it's definitely not stationary. And so we sat in the back, and it was just a Sunday, so there really wasn't a lot of people on, which was kind of cool. So I got to see out the back window, and yes, it was a really cool experience. Though at that time, I did not know that the hanging train is used as like a serious mode of transport for a lot of people within the city, and that even if you buy a train ticket, you can still use, like a train ticket for the regular train, you can still use the hanging train. I thought that was pretty cool. But yeah, my second time on the hanging train, I tell that story in a different video because, yes, I don't know if I've posted that yet. We'll see. Oh gosh, and at the zoo, so we were kind of laughing at this about how in America there's like a sign for everything, even common sense things, but we have to have signs because people will sue and they will get a lot of money for really stupid things, like a coffee being too hot and then burning themselves. But anyways, so yeah, we have to have signs and warnings. We have to have warnings for everything. And so here, I think I was by the display for tigers. So it's kind of like a plexiglass viewing area, and then there's a regular fence. But there's an area on top of the fence where, you know, you could sit if you wanted to. If you're one of those people who just like to climb things, like you could get on top of there. So they had actually welded spikes, and we're talking like 9-inch spikes on top of that little platform, not sitting area, but I'm just gonna call it a sitting area. And I just thought that was just hilarious that they would literally put spikes on that, because in America someone would still try to sit on it, and then once they got punctured by the spikes, they would then try to sue. So I don't know, we were just laughing. But yeah, so I have to go out into the world with the scary Germans today. I think I have to go send off a package and then go grocery shopping and some other errands and stuff, and
Weil wo man drückt. Wo? Oder du machst.
So steht back here.
Eingeschaltet.
No!